Welcome to the Flowtron ACS900 Active Compression System demonstration video. This guide is designed to provide users with an overview of the Flowtron ACS900, as well as some guidelines on its correct use. In each of the sections that follow, you'll be guided through the key features and functions of the Flowtron ACS900, including the setup of the product, starting and stopping therapy, applying garments, as well as typical screen messages and troubleshooting. Convenient, comfortable, and clinically proven VTE prevention. Flowtron ACS900 helps reduce the risk of blood clot formation by enhancing blood flow in patients with reduced mobility. The active compression system consists of an intermittent pneumatic compression pump, which inflates a range of dedicated garments wrapped around the patient's calf and thigh, or foot. The intermittent inflation of the garments compresses the deep veins of the leg, facilitating the blood flow, which helps to prevent stasis, reducing the risk of venous thromboembolism, VTE. The prescribing clinician has the choice of a range of dedicated garments: uniform compression with the DVT range, sequential compression with the tripulse range, or foot compression with the foot garment range. Pump features. Front view. The main pump features of the ACS900 include a control panel with LCD screen, an on and off power button with an electrical supply indicator light, control buttons used for specific functions depending on the stage in the setup process, LED pump status indicators situated on the top, sides and bottom with green representing run mode, flashing green a compliance warning, and yellow indicating a fault. Garment connectors for attaching the garments to the pump. Pump features. Rear view. Behind the pump is a handy integrated tube and cable management system used to secure the power cable and the fixed tube sets which connect the pump to the garments. Use this for storage and transportation. To reduce excess tubing around the bed and chair area, simply wind the power cable and tube sets around and use the retention clip to secure them in place. Pump features. Swing-out hooks. 2 ergonomic swing-out hooks can be used to position the pump onto a footboard, headboard, side rail, or chair backrest. Control panel features. Let's look at how to use the Flowtron ACS900 Active Compression System control panel features and each key function. Key functions. The power button is used to switch the pump on or off. It is a positive action to avoid switching on or off by accident. The LED indicator, located above the power button, shows the electrical power status of the pump. The right control button provides access either to reset the therapy timer or to display the minutes of the timer during run mode. The multi-purpose middle control button is used to start, stop, and pause therapy, and switch into standby mode. It also allows access to the compliance setup screen, and may be used to confirm the reset of the therapy timer. The left control button mutes the audible alarm, and it's used to change the audible alarm volume when the pump is in standby mode. Icons for garment type and inflation indication. These icons show which garment types are connected to the tube sets, as well as the inflation status of each garment. A garment connected but not inflated is shown on the LCD screen. When inflated, the garment icon is filled in solid black. The garment connector at the end of each tube set has a color-coded and numbered push button, which corresponds with the numbers 1 and 2 on the left side of the LCD screen adjacent to the leg icons. Number 1 is blue and number 2 is orange. Therapy icons. In normal operation, the Start Therapy icon is displayed when the pump is in standby mode and at least one garment is connected. Press this button to start therapy. The Stop Therapy icon, in normal operation, is displayed when the pump is in run mode. Press this button to pause the therapy. The active garment inflation pressure is displayed at all times on the screen. The default target inflation pressure for the foot garment is 130 millimeters of mercury and 40 for the uniform DVT calf and calf and thigh garments. Tripulse calf and thigh garments are inflated to 45 mm of mercury, with their sequential chambers set to 45, 35 and 25 mm of mercury, respectively. If you're using the pump on battery power, ensure that there is enough battery life to provide therapy until you can connect to an electrical supply. These indicators show you when the pump is running on electrical or battery power, as well as the remaining battery duration. The battery duration for calf is 24 hours. Calf and thigh, 18 hours, and foot, 9 hours from a fully charged battery. The green or yellow LED indicators provide available pump status at all times, and from a distance and a wide range of viewing angles. Extinguished, they indicate the pump is off, or in standby mode. Green indicates the pump is running with no faults detected. It remains green if a warning-only message is detected. Flashing green indicates a warning related to patient compliance to therapy. Yellow indicates the pump is running with an alarm detected, and is accompanied by a visual LCD indication and an audible alert. The audible alert is optional and may be turned off for alarms related to compliance monitoring. Compliance monitoring. Guidelines for VTE prevention recommend IPC therapy to take place continuously for 18 to 24 hours per day, and for no less than 72 hours or until the patient is fully mobile. With the compliance monitor on ACS900, the pump will record and display actual wear time accumulated into a total for each patient usage. This will support clinical outcome by helping to ensure effective delivery of IPC therapy, as well as aid documentation of delivered therapy by providing data for patient records. If the garment is removed from the patient's limb, the pump will assist caregiver intervention by triggering a warning and showing elapsed non-compliant time on the LCD display. This allows the caregiver to identify for how long the system has not been in use. Once the garment is reapplied, the compliance time will continue accumulating and the non-compliant time will disappear. Preparations for therapy. Now we look at how to prepare for therapy using the Flowtron ACS900 active compression system. This is achieved in 3 simple steps: apply, connect, start. Powering up the pump. If using battery mode, press the power button for 2 seconds. The pump will run an internal diagnostic test indicated by the rotating circular icon before going into standby mode. The LED indicator above the power button shows the electrical supply status of the pump. If extinguished, this indicates that the main power is disconnected. If illuminated green, it indicates the electrical power is connected to the pump. At the end of the successful diagnostic test, the No Garments standby screen is displayed. The No Garment standby screen shows 2 leg icons on the left side of the LCD screen with no garment outlines on them. This indicates that no garments are currently attached to either tube set connector. Checking the therapy time display. The compliance monitor enables the clinician to identify actual usage and non-compliance time. To make the most effective use of the compliance monitor data, it should be reset before each new patient use. To reset the therapy timer between each patient, press the right control button for 2 seconds. The hours value will begin to flash. Press and hold the middle control button for 3 seconds to reset the monitor to 0. Then, press the right control button to save the new settings. If this button isn't pressed within 2 minutes, the timer will not be reset and will go back to show the original data. Changing the volume controller. To change the sound level of the audible alarm, press the left control button 2 seconds to enter the audible volume setting mode. The audible alarm volume and audible alarm status icons will be displayed in the bottom left of the screen. Each time the middle control button is pressed, the volume setting increases. If the volume setting is at its maximum, pressing the button again will cycle back to the minimum setting. the pump will automatically save the selected volume settings when the left control button is pressed. If the left control button is not pressed within 2 minutes, the selected setting will not be stored. The volume and audible icons will be removed, and the pump will exit the audible alarm volume setting mode. Applying garments. Now we look at how to apply garments to a calf, calf and thigh, or foot before connecting to the Flowtron ACS900 pump. To apply Arjo Flowtron calf or calf and thigh garments to the patient, use the following steps. Pull out the connector tube and open up the garment by undoing the tabs. Lift the patient's leg and place the garment underneath. The bladder should be at mid-calf position. Secure the garment by carefully fastening each of the tabs one at a time, starting with the middle tab, then the bottom tab, followed by the top tab. To ensure a comfortable fit, make sure you can easily slide 2 fingers between the back of the garment and the patient's leg. Before connecting the garments to the pump, make sure that the patient is in a comfortable position. Follow the same procedure for DVT or tri-pulse garments. To apply foot garments to the patient, use the following steps. Place the foot in the center of the garment, ensuring that the back of the garment is in line with the heel as indicated. Bring the single flap over the top of the foot and hold in place. Fold the remaining flaps over the top of the foot and secure the fasteners. Bring the padded heel straps around the back of the heel and secure in place with the fasteners. Ensure the strap tension is enough to secure the garment to the foot and is comfortable for the patient. Before connecting the garments to the pump, make sure that the patient is in a comfortable position. Please note that all garments are for single patient use only. Garments should be used in accordance with clinical guidelines and under the supervision of a trained medical professional. Garments should regularly be removed from the patient's limbs to inspect the skin. Connecting garments to the pump. Here, we look at how to connect garments to the pump of the Flowtron ACS900 active compression system. Connect the garment to the pump by pushing each garment connector firmly into its tube set connector until it clicks. The unique SmartSense 2 technology will automatically recognize which garment has been connected and deliver the correct compression profile. The pump will remain in standby mode until therapy is activated using the middle control button. If therapy is not started within 15 minutes, an alarm will occur. And if no action is taken to start therapy or silence the alarm within the following 15 minutes, the pump will turn itself off. These images show typical standby screens with different garment configurations. Please note that the same garment outline is used for both calf and thigh garments. It is recommended that the LCD screen icons are checked to confirm that the correct type of garment has been connected. Also, ensure all garments are checked on a regular basis, as per the instructions for use manual before starting therapy. Delivering therapy. Starting therapy. Once the garments are comfortably fitted to the patient's limbs and connected to the pump, press the middle control button to commence therapy. The LED indicators on the top and underneath of the pump will turn green, indicating that therapy is in progress. The pump will inflate and deflate each garment in turn, starting with a garment connected to tube set connector number 1. Calf and thigh garments have a 1-minute cycle time with a 12-second inflate and a 48-second deflate. The foot inflation cycle is a 3-second inflate and a 27-second deflate. If a calf and thigh garment is used on one leg and foot garment on the other leg, the foot inflation cycle is repeated twice with a 3-second inflate and a 27-second deflate. Garment pressures are displayed in real time at the top left of the screen and therapy time at the bottom right. Check the LCD screen to confirm there are no fault indicators displayed and the required pressure is being supplied. Check there are no kinks in the tube sets and that they do not cause the patient any discomfort. Regularly check that the garments remain correctly fitted. During normal operation, The LCD backlight and the green LED indicators will dim after 5 minutes to reduce brightness and minimize disruption in the patient environment. This is beneficial, for example, in night settings or in a multi-patient environment. The full illumination levels will return at the press of any button, if a garment is disconnected from the pump, or in case an alarm condition would occur. Delivering therapy, stopping therapy. To pause therapy and put the pump to standby, press and hold the middle control button for approximately 2 seconds, until the standby screen is displayed. The LED indicators on the top and underneath of the pump are extinguished when the pump is in standby mode. The LCD backlight will dim after 5 minutes, and after a further 10 minutes, 15 minutes total, the pump automatically turns itself off to save energy. Delivering therapy, switching off the pump. To switch off the pump, press and hold the power button for approximately 2 seconds and release once off. On electrical power, the LCD screen backlight will be extinguished, and only the electrical power and battery indication icons will be displayed, showing the battery being automatically recharged. The LED indicator adjacent to the power button will remain green if the pump is connected to the electrical power, and extinguished if the electrical power is disconnected. On battery power, the pump will power down and the screen will be blank. Delivering therapy, removing garments. To remove the garments, disconnect the garment and tube set connector by pressing on the orange or blue buttons and pull them apart. Undo all tabs, open the garment, and check the patient's skin. You are now ready to remove the garment. Troubleshooting. In this section, we look at providing an overview of warnings and alarms for the Flowtron ACS900 active compression system. Warning conditions. The compliance monitor will use a flashing green LED to indicate it is sensing a garment has been removed from the patient's limb. The flashing green LED will also appear if the garment is disconnected from the connecting tube set. The visual-only warning is when one or more fault icons are displayed on the LCD screen. The warning can be cleared by either rectifying the fault on the system or pressing the middle control button to put the pump into standby mode. Alarm conditions. If a fault isn't cleared, the warning is replaced by an audible and visual alarm, which consists of one or more fault icons on the LCD screen. The LED indicators on the top and underneath of the pump change to yellow and an audible alarm will sound. For compliance monitoring, the audible alarm is switched off by default, but can be activated depending on user preference. The alarm can be cleared by either rectifying the fault on the system or pressing the middle control button to put the pump into standby mode. For further details and recommended actions relative to all garment types, please refer to the Instructions for Use manual. If you feel you still require further training, please contact your local Arjo representative.